So today, we have one heck of a great episode. Like seriously, this is part of the new Spain on a Fork travel series where the Spain on a Fork kitchen takes a virtual visit to one of the many beautiful countries around the world and recreate one of their dishes. Anyways, in today's episode, we're going to visit the country of Italy, but more specifically, the beautiful island of Sicily, and recreate what I consider to be the greatest pasta dish that hails from there. We're talking rigatoni with pesto alla Trapanese. Now, the reason why I consider this the greatest pasta dish from Italy is the sauce, the pesto alla Trapanese. It truly has the most incredible textures and flavors. Like seriously, with one taste, you will not believe how good it is, folks. This pasta dish is very easy to make. It comes together in under 30 minutes, and it's the perfect dish for a busy weeknight or for a relaxed weekend lunch next to a bottle of Spanish wine. Either way, this is what the Mediterranean kitchen is all about. Let's begin by filling a stock pot with some cold water. You want to go to about the halfway point. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. While the water is heating, let's start making the pesto alla Trapanese. I'm going to heat a small frying pan with a medium heat. Measure out half a cup of blanched almonds, which is 70 grams. I'm using Spanish Marcona almonds, but you can use whatever almonds you like. And add the almonds into the fry pan. And we're going to lightly toast the almonds, just between 3 to 4 minutes, and it's very important to mix them continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and they all evenly toast. Once the almonds are lightly toasted, I'm going to remove the pan from the heat and transfer the almonds into a bowl and let them sit here for a couple minutes. That way they can slightly cool off. In the meantime, let's get the rest of the ingredients ready. I'm going to grab 3 cloves of garlic, remove the skins from the cloves, and cut each one in half. Then I'm going to grab a generous handful of fresh basil, rinse it under some cold running water, and pat it completely dry. And we'll separate the basil leaves from the stem. We want to end up with 1 cup of basil leaves, which is about 20 grams. Then I'm going to grab 4 medium-sized fresh tomatoes. These equal 1 pound or half a kilogram, and cut each one into 4 evenly sized pieces, and make sure to remove the stem from each piece of tomato. Now, the tomatoes I'm using for this recipe are tomatoes off the vine, but you can use other tomatoes here, such as plum tomatoes or even cherry tomatoes. And for the final ingredient to prepare, I'm going to finely grate half a cup of cheese, which is about 45 grams. I'm using a Spanish Manchego cheese that's been aged for 6 months, but you can use other cheeses here, such as Parmesan cheese or even Pecorino Romano. For the next step, I'm going to add in the toasted almonds into a food processor and the cloves of garlic. And we'll run the food processor on a low speed, just between 20 to 30 seconds. This is enough time for those almonds to be finely chopped, but you don't want to go any longer, otherwise the natural fats in the almonds are going to start getting released and you're going to end up with almond butter. Then I'm going to add in the pieces of tomato, our 1 cup of fresh basil leaves, which once again comes in at 20 grams. And we'll season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And once again, we'll continue to run this on a low speed. Once everything is well blended, I'm going to start slowly adding in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters, and you want to make sure the food processor is running at the same time. Now, the olive oil I'm using to make this recipe is from Apollo. This is their Miller's favorite organic extra virgin olive oil. This is some top-notch stuff, and it works perfect with this pesto. Link where you can get some in the description box below. Once the 1/4 cup of olive oil has been added, I'm going to continue to run this on a low speed, just between 1 to 2 minutes. That way all the ingredients can be well blended. After running the food processor for about 2 minutes and all the ingredients are well blended, it's time to add in the final ingredient, which is the 1/2 cup of grated cheese. And we'll give this one final run on the food processor, once again on a low speed, just for about 15 seconds. That way that cheese can incorporate into the sauce. And that's the exact texture you want from your pesto alla Trapanese, and make sure to give it a taste test, that way all the seasonings are right on the money. We're going to let this sit here at room temperature, that way all the flavors can develop while we start cooking the pasta. Alright, let's move back to the stock pot. As you can see, that water's now in a full boil, so it's time to add in the pasta. I'm going to measure out 2 cups of uncooked rigatoni, which is 200 grams. You can use other thick cut pastas here, such as penny pasta. Then I'm going to add in the rigatoni into the stock pot. And we're going to cook the rigatoni until it's perfectly cooked al dente, which is 11 minutes in my case, so make sure to check the package instructions in the pasta that you're using. Once the pasta's perfectly cooked al dente, it's a good idea to reserve a little bit of that hot water just in case you want to thin out your pesto sauce. For the next step, I'm going to remove the stock pot from the heat and drain the pasta into a colander. Then we'll shake off any of the excess water and transfer the rigatoni back into the stock pot. Then we're going to pour our pesto alla Trapanese over the pasta. And we'll give this a quick mix, that way that pesto is evenly coating all the noodles of pasta. And let me tell you, that rigatoni is still nice and hot, as well as that stock pot, so this is going to bring up the temperature on that pesto sauce, but it's not going to cook it, giving you the perfect temperature to this pasta dish. Check it out, a rigatoni al pesto Trapanese is done. Such a beautiful pasta dish from the island of Sicily. Very easy to make, made with the simplest ingredients, and the best part, comes together in under 30 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Alright folks, time for the moment of truth. Let's see how this turned out. It looks absolutely beautiful. Here we go. Unfair bite for you. Seriously though, I still stand by it. This is truly one of the greatest pasta dishes from Italy. That sauce, that pesto, has so many incredible textures and flavors, and the noodles are perfectly cooked al dente. You saw this, easy to make, comes together in under 30 minutes. Give this a try at home. You will not believe how good it is. Truly one of the best treasures from the beautiful country of Italy. Really quick before we go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons: Robert Jefferson, aka the Kamakura Gardener, Martin John Matson, Jesper Halloum, Jim Owens, and Joan Killico. Again guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon and you'd like to support the show, you'll find my Patreon in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.